Yo guys, what's up? It's XRAYZ and welcome back to another video. So today I actually want to talk to you guys about a pretty awesome bug, if you want to call it that, or method to getting a bunch of XP, weapon XP, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now I will preface this by saying that this is incredibly difficult to do. It does work, but it's incredibly difficult to do, and it could be patched. So this is something that you probably want to jump on and try out. If it's worth your time, it's something up to you guys to decide. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. Check out my sponsors if you guys want to support the channel directly, links down below. But anyways, with that said, let's talk about this method. So the actual method, we'll talk about what it is that gives you the XP, and then we'll talk about the loadout. But it's using a suppression mine on top of a tank in Invasion. So basically what you want to do is you want to wait till the later end of the game, usually right by, I'd say when you're like 300, 400 points away from the game ending, you're going to start seeing tanks drop down on both sides, on the enemy side and on the ally side. Once that does come down, you want to make sure that you jump on top of one of these tanks, the enemy tanks, and you want to drop a suppression mine on top of the manhole, which is where people normally go through to get into the tank. So if you land it perfectly up top, you guys will see a massive amount of XP coming your way. This is a great way to get weapons that you're just not that good with leveled up. Maybe you want launchers so you don't have to get a bunch of kills with launchers. Maybe you want to do the pistols. Maybe you're not that great with snipers. This is the method you guys should be doing if you're looking to try to level up your weapons super fast. And again, this is very difficult, and we'll talk about why it's so difficult to get done and why I think that this shouldn't be patched, and that maybe Infinity Ward shouldn't bother trying to patch this, because even though you do get a ton of XP, the chances of you actually being able to get this are starting to slowly diminish. It's like very hard to get people running around in tanks, and then on top of that, a bunch of other people are figuring out this method. So I'd say try this sooner than later. So let's talk about the loadout, what's the best options, and then we'll kind of do some thoughts. All right guys, so the class setup that you want to try to get this XP system, which again is a very difficult one. I don't think they're going to patch it because it's that difficult to get. It's actually kind of rewarding once you do get it, but this is what you want to have. You want to have a smoke grenade. You're going to want the Hunter perk package because you're going to want the Overclock ultimate perk, and you're going to want the Spotter perk. You're going to want both of those so you can go about finding where the tanks are, and also so you can get double of your suppression mine. This is the thing. This is the key, the crux of the entire thing. If you do not have this, you are not going to get max XP. So basically what you want to do is you once you have the Overclock one, you'll have a couple of them at the end of your Invasion match. You're going to use this. You're going to use your smoke grenade to toss it in front of a tank that you see. That'll give you a little cover from the person who is, you know, obviously seeing their tank in third person or like overhead shot. If you put a little smoke, it'll give you a little bit more clearance so you can jump on top of the tank and then toss the suppression mine on the manhole at the top. If you do it right, you can die after this if you want. Ideally, you don't want to die, but ideally, you toss this down, you run away, and you can watch your weapon level up like crazy. But again, like I said, I think a lot of people are starting to see that this is a thing you can do. And so you're not really seeing a ton of people running around on tanks anymore. And number two, you also don't really see a lot of people who are like waiting around anymore. Like they're just like stonewalling people. So it's very hard. On top of that, you have other people who might be trying to jump on top, trying to do the exact same thing. So this is the reason why I say I don't know if they would patch this, or if honestly I wouldn't if I was them, because it's so difficult to actually get on top of a tank and put this suppression mine on top of them, you know, probably getting killed by the tank over and over, on top of the fact that you have other people trying to do it, on top of the fact that not a lot of people are jumping on the tanks. So the chances of you actually getting this consistently is pretty low. But if you're trying to level up your weapons, which Invasion is probably one of the better modes to do anyways, because the bots actually count towards weapon progression, which is actually kind of crazy. You can find a spot where they're spawning and kill them, and then if the tanks come in, you have a shot at being able to get a ton of XP by dropping the suppression mine on top. So anyways, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully you guys found the video informative and helpful. If you did, drop a like. If you're new, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. And if you want to support the channel directly, you can do so by checking out my sponsors, Control Freak and Ape Controller. I use them every single time that I play. Code OGXRAYZ gets you a discount. Link down below to that, or through my Amazon influencer page if you guys would much rather do it that way. Go ahead and give me a follow over on Twitter if you guys want to talk and interact at OGXRAYZ, link down below. But you guys have an awesome day. Take care. I'm out. Peace.